It's the Andy Griffith Show, Facts and Trivia, with your host, Bob Snap.
Hi guys, welcome to the Andy Griffith Show, Facts and Trivia. Appreciate you being here. Today is another one. Did you catch this when you watched the Andy Griffith Show? You ever notice that two of Andy's girlfriends lived in the same house? Let's take a look. The love of Andy Taylor's life turned out to be Helen Crump, school teacher. He eventually wed. Most fans recall that their courtship began with a rocky start in the third season episode, Andy Discovers America, after Andy accidentally gets Opie and his friends to rebel against Helen in class. Once everything smooths over in the end, the Mayberry sheriff walks a school teacher home, and there in front of her house marks the beginning of a cherished TV love story. But have you ever really looked beyond the sentiment of the scene to note the house where Helen lives? Because it's a house in which Andy has found love once or twice before. Turns out that not only was Mayberry a fictitious small town, but the lot where the Andy Griffith Show is filmed also had a limited number of houses for Mayberry residents to occupy. That meant some Mayberry residents had to share, and the hope was that the magic of television would help distract audiences from detecting all these familiar house exteriors. But after watching again and again, it makes it easier to spot the similarities. It just so happens not only did Helen Crump live in the little house with the white picket fence marked 323, but so did Andy's girlfriend from the earlier in the same season, Peggy McMillan, played by Joanna Moore. Peggy was a nurse who Andy started to date in the third season episode, Andy's Rich Girlfriend. The episode kicked off a hilarious double date between Andy and Peggy and Barney and Thelma Lou. After a fun time at the lake, Andy walked Peggy up to her house, their arms around each other, and the steps they trotted up at the end of their date are the exact same ones on which Andy and Helen stand when their love first sparked. Coincidence? Now wait, there's more. At the very beginning of the Andy Griffith Show, Andy's love interest is Ellie Walker, a young pharmacist's sweetheart. Now, although Ellie did not live in the same house as Helen and Peggy, it's a location where she and Andy sparked their relationship. When Ellie comes to town, Emma Brand comes into Walker's pharmacy on Ellie's first day. Ellie won't give her the medication she requested because Emma has no prescription. Andy protests Ellie's strictness, and as Emma feigns sickness, denied her pills. The sheriff sets the town against Ellie, pressuring her to finally go to Emma's house to deliver the pills and bring her some soup too. When Ellie arrives at Emma's house, Andy's already there, and he witnesses the pharmacists seeming to cave to the town's demands. Leaving the care package for Emma, Ellie exits and Andy chases after her. But pay attention. When they meet on the lawn, you'll notice Emma Brand lives in the same house where Peg and Helen eventually live. On Emma's front lawn, Andy asks Ellie what made her deliver the medicine, and she shatters his expectations by explaining that Emma's pills are just placebos and that her sickness is in her mind. When Andy asks Ellen why didn't she just give Emma her sugar pills in the first place then, she explains her dedication to following the rules, something that visibly impresses Andy, who expected to get Ellie to come around to his way of thinking, only to suddenly be vibing more with how she set her mind. Budding romance is only hinted at, as the scene ends in comedy with Ellie talking Andy out of ticketing her car. But for any fan of this early Andy Taylor romance, this is where you would say it all began, in front of the very same house where Andy would find love again in the third season, and eventually meet the woman he married. What do you think? Anybody pick up on that? I know some of you picked up on the little hint tribute to his first wife, but did you pick up on that? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget about classic rock and country music, facts, and trivia. Head on over. Please subscribe. Have a great day. God bless. I'll be praying for you.